No, burning the camera is not an option. Although I guess it would really make for a flashy display. Hi everyone, it's Melody. Welcome to Cozy Playhouse, and this is Dabi. He was trying to make an entrance. He wanted to, do some flashy firework display type things to make his grand entrance on this channel officially, but I told him no. Not that he can, being a plushie. And okay, I won't remind you. Well, here he is. So today's Meet the Plushies video is about him. He is a Great Eastern Entertainment, My Hero Academia, Dabi plushie, and oh my goodness, is he sassy, but super clingy. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, he heard that, and he is like, hey, don't tell them. He's getting all cranky. But here's the thing. He secretly likes the attention. Alright, so backing up, because I told you so much and the video hasn't even properly started yet. I got Dabi last year in, I keep forgetting it's 2026. 2 years ago now, in July of 2024. And when I first got him, I was just getting him because I really liked My Hero Academia. I still do, and I wanted to get as many plushies of as many characters from the anime as possible, and Dabi was the first villain one I bought for reasons that were, even to me, unknown at the time. Back then, I was a hardcore hero fan. So, Class 1A, the pro heroes, all of that. And the villains, I didn't have anything against them, but they did kind of slip under the radar for me, even though they are the main antagonists. I don't know how. My brain is not the same as it used to be. I don't know what it was thinking back then. Anyway, I was very, very excited to get plushies of as many characters as possible. And when I got Dabi, I was like, oh yay, my first villain plushie. That's really cool. But I didn't think too much of it at the time. Then in October that same year, I think something just kind of clicked in my brain because I decided, hey, you know what? This villain character, he's really cool, and I really, really like him, and his story is suddenly hitting me all at once. If you ask my best theory of what happened, I think I'd just been in denial up to that point of how much I loved him, and it just kind of couldn't be kept from me anymore. My brain was like, nah, you're just gonna accept it. So anyway, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to give him a hug, and then I realized conveniently that I already had a Dabi plushie. So he was lying on my bed with all my other plushies. And I picked him up and gave him lots of cuddles. And it was great. But he did not trust me at first, didn't you? Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, to translate what he just said, he said, no, I didn't trust you at first. You were very distant. You didn't do anything with me. I was just kind of lying there, and I wasn't anything special. Yep, he did not trust me at first. And it's not that he had anything against me for it. I have a lot of plushies, and most of them know that, I have favorites, and they don't hold it against me. But me suddenly showing him attention like that caught him off guard, because he didn't know what my intentions were, because he still has the memories and experiences of the actual canon character. And if you know My Hero Academia at all, especially if you've watched up to season 6, the end of season 6, you know what those storylines are and why it's so traumatizing for the poor guy. So I started taking him out with me, and he was my main plushie, and I carried him around with me everywhere, and he still comes with me every now and then. He still does. Now he's mentally poking at me, saying that Usopp took over, and he's mentally poking at me and being like, hey, I'm totally mad about that. He's not. He's gotten used to it. I'll talk a little bit more about that when it comes to, I'm gonna make a video about plushies and new plushies and how they feel about each other, but for now, just know that he was very with me all the time, 24/7. And one day, I think about a week after I started doing this, he decided that he was going to test how much I really cared. I kid you not, this actually happened. I came home from a day out with a friend, and he was in my bag. I knew he was there, but when I got home, I opened my bag. I couldn't find him anywhere. He just disappeared. Nowhere. I was empty-handed. I was so worried. I was like, oh my god, did I drop him in the bus? Did I drop him while walking home? What happened? Like, is he on the sidewalk? I started panicking, and I told my family, I was like, hey, have you seen a plushie anywhere? Maybe we should go down and look, like, on the way from the bus station. Like, we gotta find him. And I was panicking and worrying, and they looked everywhere. They couldn't find him. And I kid you not, it was a 5-minute long search, and then I found him lying 3 feet away from my bag. He had somehow, I couldn't tell you for the life of me how he ended up there, but he ended up on the floor 3 feet away from my bag, and somehow everyone missed it. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if he fell out of my bag when I opened the zipper. I have no idea. All I know was that's where he was. And I picked him up. I was like, dude, don't freaking worry me like that. Okay, he's like, hey, why are you squeezing me? He's like, he's not actually complaining. He's just like grumbling into my chest as I hug him. He secretly likes it though. And he was like, he hugged me. He cried. Like, he hadn't cried up to that point. Like, none of my plushies, like, you know, I mean, a lot of my plushies show emotion, but he was not one of them who, like, was very open at the beginning. But so I hugged him, and he cried, and he told me, like, hey, I didn't think you'd care to find me. He was testing me. Of course, if you've watched any of my earlier videos, you know that a lot of my relationships with these plushies are like a storyline, a role play kind of thing in my head that I make up. But this is the story that made the most sense in my brain, so I'm going with that. This is what happened. This is what he meant by it, and it's canon to me now. Anyway, he was crying, and ever since then, I told him, like, don't scare me like that again. We'd never be separated. He did pull a few more tests on me. He's prone to, like, disappearing, but I always find him, and I always panic, and he's always surprised. But I love him. Don't scare me like that, baby. I always tell people, like, is this how people feel when, like, they lose their kids? Like, how parents feel when they lose their kids? Because I always get so emotional whenever I lose him. So, anyway, ever since then, he became a lot more open with me, very vulnerable. He's very clingy. He doesn't like admitting that he's clingy, especially not to the other League of Villain plushies I have, and especially not to my friends, but they know, they found out. He knows that they know. He's kind of, like, accepted it. Right now, he's clinging to me and burying his face in my chest and hugging me, as you can probably see. And he likes physical affection and attention because he is touch starved, and I take him to places that he would otherwise have not been able to go. Like, I remember I took him to a concert, and he was telling me, like, my father, he would never have taken me to a place like that, and he was very happy and grateful, and we just have a really close bond. He is a close emotional support plushie. He has a blanket too. Usopp has one, and so does he. Not that he needs one often because he has a jacket, but he does have a blanket, and I carry it around with me too, just in case he needs one. There are lots of things in my bag right now. It was his birthday the other day, so I actually took him out, and there are lots of things in my bag. And yes, my plushies have the same birthdays as their characters. But that's besides the point. I take him with me, and he has a blanket in case he gets cold. Though I do think he likes the cold because he gets warm really easily because of his quirk. Even though as a plush he can't really use his fire, I like to imagine he still can, and we like to go with that. So there's that. He's a huge emotional support. I love him, if you can't tell, and I don't want anything to ever happen to him. Um, he's precious to me, and I take him to places, and he keeps me company in places that I need his company in. He's been through a lot with me, and along with Usopp, he's the one who's always with me when I'm crying or upset. And also, this plush in general just gets really warm really easily when I hug him. It might be because of the dark color of the fabric, but I like to headcanon that it is because he is feeling warm in his heart at being loved and all that, and he agrees. So yeah, we're very closely bonded. It's just Dabi, and it's really good. It feels really nice to be able to introduce him to all of you. He's very special, and I'm glad you guys stuck with me till the end to learn about him. So I even have bracelets on my wrist that has the name of Dabi on it, and something else that's a bit of a spoiler, so I can't show you that, but it has some other name on it as well. If you know MHA, you know MHA. But yes, thank you so much for watching. He's a very important plush to me. Dabi as a character is very important to me, and I am just really happy to have him and to be able to share him with you all. Until next week, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. And though he's pretending he's not happy about it, he's glad to be here too, and he just told me to tell you guys bye from him in like a resigned, disgruntled kind of way. All right, see you guys. Bye.